Okay, so our generation is called Generation Y. Okay, and we are called the entitlement generation. At least I believe that's at least a nickname or any other kind of name for it. And that's a bad thing. We don't want to be labeled by being entitled. And there are so many different bad characteristics of our generation that, I don't know, it makes me really disappointed to be a part of. And I've seen these characteristics, and to know there used to not be these characteristics in people, or at least widespread how it is, it just makes me really disappointed that it is the way it is right now. And it's probably the reason why I am a self-made psychopath. I choose to block out emotions, and I've always had like a kind of natural ability to control my body a little bit more than normal, like sending adrenaline through my body and stuff like that. Serotonin, oxytocin, cortisol. And I don't know, I've made myself a psychopath over time of just trying to block out everything. And occasionally I start actually feeling, and it keeps reminding me of what I should have, but don't. And it's not that it's just being Generation Y, it's that there are so many people that in our society, our culture, have just overall formed a way to think, which is completely nonsensical. Again, entitlement. And people use the internet way too much for things that it shouldn't be used for. People are social for all the wrong reasons. And like practically everything I hear, which isn't too often because I don't surround myself with too many people, and I can't find anyone to really be surrounded by anyway that believes the same things that I believe, which sucks, but hopefully you guys can understand at least. But yeah, there's just so many things that irk me in our society today. I don't know, I guess the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to finally do something meaningful for a YouTube video. Like, my gun sinks were fun, but yeah, I want to do something like fun, like gun sinks and like stuff that does take a lot of effort, and like is like it I don't know, it's kind of like a pride thing, and they are fun to make and watch. It just takes a lot of effort, so I don't normally do it, especially because I'm an unknown channel. Couldn't find the right wording there. And I just keep doing things that don't mean anything, that don't share emotions. I need to stop being such a psychopath all the time. I need to get out of it, because it's not genetics that makes me this way. It's not any kind of environment that I'm specifically put in. It's my, well, I guess it kind of is environment, because I choose to understand my environment in a way that normal people don't. But I believe that kind of everybody has become a self-made psychopath, and I'm just being a huge hypocrite because I'm doing it too for the same reasons that probably everyone else is. And I get mad at everyone else and just upset about how they act. That's practically the same way that I'm acting, except I take a more reserved approach to it. So it feels like I'm not doing as much, but I still have basically the same mindset, and I believe that We have to stop this cycle of insanity and just actually focus on what's real and what's in front of us. Not like screens. Like obviously like I take a lot of time to like to play video games and sit in front of a screen and talk to people over the internet, but you can't treat it like it's a screen that you're talking to. You can't treat it like it's just text or a voice communication. Where voice actually, like, as if there is actually voice, like, in video games, I often have voice communication with other people. That is definitely a lot better and almost the best situation that you can have over the internet. The only thing better would be video communication, seeing the person as well. We just really gotta take the time to do things right and focus on the important things. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to change, because I've been pretty much just letting this go, letting it just stay where it is, hoping that it changes by itself by staying away from it. And I think it's better than participating in it and actually like helping it thrive, but like I need to actively participate in stopping it. And I believe that that is one of the most important reasons why I want to do YouTube. And I initially thought that I'd get to these kind of topics when I had more people that enjoyed my content, but I don't know. It's not really... I don't enjoy the content that I'm currently making, so how can other people enjoy it? Like the gun sinks were just about the only thing that I enjoyed making. And those were received really well. And I think that stunted a little bit of growth in my channel. And I need to start doing things that I like creating. Not that I think other people might like. Not that I think is like showing off or displaying some kind of ability that I have or anything. I just want to be able to do YouTube and share my thoughts and just overall share my ideas on what's important, because that's the kind of thing I think about a lot, and I believe other people think about it too. It's just they kind of do the same approach as I have and just don't think about actually how to prevent it or do anything differently. Except, again, I'm a really reserved person, so I tend to think a little bit more than the average person, because I'm not busy doing other stuff like socializing too much, or like, oh my god, did you hear what Kathy did? Like that kind of stuff. Like, it just seems pointless to me. Let's focus on reality a bit. Stuff like that always really gets on my nerves. Probably more than it should, but I think for good reason. Because, again, this generation is kind of... we're not focusing on what's important. And it's really sad. I hope this commentary isn't like a huge bummer to everyone. I hope everyone kind of feels the same way too, and that we can kind of strike a change. I know for a fact I need to make a huge change in myself. I need to start feeling more, actually like showing emotions, and just overall being a person. And because I've sat on the sidelines so long watching other people doing it wrong, I think I have a little bit of a better understanding on what's right. It's just I don't really focus too much on actually implementing it on myself, which is again really hypocritical. And I've been thinking a lot lately about this kind of stuff. My English teacher is having us do self-reflection work. And I think it's really interesting to self-reflect, and I do it a lot normally. I'd like to say that I do it much more than the average person, but to focus on specifics about myself and to have a purpose of doing it, a goal to try to self-reflect for a class, being given a purpose to do it, I think has kind of forced me to realize a few more things that I hadn't already. Even this commentary is kind of like a self-reflection. But yeah, in the future I'm gonna be making a lot more videos that I personally truly enjoy myself. Something that I would watch. Not just for information or like any kind of video that I have been making. I need to really focus on what I like, what I think is interesting, and I think that that will help me make better quality videos and allow me to self-reflect a little bit better, which is something I'd really like to do, especially recently. So yeah, I guess we're done here. I'll see you guys later.